We are, everybody, in the final module. So this is November 1st through December 7th. You are going to be working on your final production, and there's plenty of work to go around to keep you busy. So let's look what's in here. So what I've done is I've condensed everything that you still have due at this point into one place, this final module. So um, not to get ahead of myself, but the main thing this concerns is your non-production assignments. So we have our film journal I have moved into here, plus examples. You will have one more very small assignment, and I will put it in here, and I will be sure to let you know when it is in here. Um, I just haven't assigned it yet because you're going to have plenty to work on. I did not want to overwhelm you. But if you look, I have a lecture here on planning your film. This is going to discuss a lot of the stuff that's going into your production book and just thoughts in general on planning your film. Um, Another folder in here, resources, camera and export settings. So these two links right here, I've emailed these out and I've posted them before. They will help you with getting your camera to 24 frames per second and a 16 by 9 aspect ratio. So that is required for this and essential to get there. You may have to look up on your phone and whatever editing software you're using to get there, but make sure you shoot in 24 frames per second and make sure you are exporting in a 16 by 9 ratio. Ask me if you need help with it, and together we will solve the riddle. So that is in resources right there. Okay, now the main thing, this is your final production folder. This is where you will turn in film, scripts, production book. Here is an overview for you to kind of look at. It's 370. Of course, you're going to look at it. Why would I say that? It's 375 total points. You can see it broken down, rough draft, which you have due soon, your final draft, your lookbook, a rough cut of the film, the production book, and the final project. So this is a huge amount of work. Again, 3 to 4 minutes is fine. If you have group members, you need to change your time, but you need to have gotten permission yesterday to do that. If you want to make a giant claim for it, go for it. Yeah, that's kind of the time that we're going to hit. You can see your dates for when everything is due. Your shooting specs, again, 24 frames per second. Get the highest resolution possible. And then H.264 if you can. So many people are using so many different things right now. The main thing is you want high quality, you want me to be able to watch it, and you want it to be postable. So you want good quality, and you're gonna probably just have to Google based on your camera settings and everything like that. I've already kind of showed you with Premiere, so whatever software you are using, get it in that 1080p. That's 16 by 9, 1080p. That's what you want. This stands for progressive. We won't get into it, but that's what you want. Okay, so you must have 10 seconds of black with a title card at the beginning, whether it's rough or final cut. So all this means is I should see this before your film actually starts. 10 seconds of black, rough cut or final cut, the group member names or roles. So probably most of you, that's just you. You can make a production company name if you want, and the date you exported it. And then the running time. So this is the length of the film minus these 10 seconds. This 10 seconds does not count towards your total time. You're free to make some kind of opening title if you want, like whatever presents, things like that. And then the file that you turn in must be labeled either final or rough, and then the group member names. So final Samantha, rough cut Jim, or probably your last name, whatever you want, just something like that. When I delivered a feature film to a company once, the stuff like this was, I don't know, 20 pages of stuff we had to make sure it was perfect. So this is just to get you used to um, delivering accurately. And if these aren't met, I'm going to reduce by an appropriate number of points. I will post a rubric once everything is kind of uh, there. Just so you can kind of look and have a checklist. Um, so your script correctly formatted, lacking grammar or spelling errors, and you must have the scene numbers. I go over that in the lecture, how to do it and what that looks like. Your lookbook you've already done or should already do. You will have a calendar and a location report, a shot list, storyboards, a line script, and then a call sheet. And actually, I'm going to change this now. I forgot to do it here. If it'll allow me to change it. Well, I won't even bother with it because you'll see it when we get. I'll change that in just a minute, but it is extra credit. When I was kind of going through these, it's a lot to throw at you in 1 month to do all this plus film plus edit. So I just made that extra credit. Okay, your calendar. Um, it could be any format. It just has to be a calendar. It could be a table. It could be an actual calendar. It should include pre-production, production, post-production. So when are you scouting? When are you planning on rehearsing? When are you going to to do your any kind of stills, things like that? Your production. What are your days you're shooting? Post-production. When are you editing? And there, I also want the for you to put on there the due dates. Um, and that's important enough. I'm going to put that now. I have it in the lecture, and um, I want to make sure it's so important. I'm going to put it in here now. The due dates. So for the rough cut, final script, just put those everything like that in there as well, and you can see the points associated with that. Here is a template. You can download it and you just plug the dates right in there. Again, this it doesn't have to be formal. I started having students do this when I realized they weren't planning; they just were winging it, and it was creating their film to be chaotic. The other reason is you're going to want to get your actors lined up right away because they have jobs, they have class, they have their own homework, their own finals, things like that to work on. So you need to start putting that on paper soon. A location report. Go to every location and take 3 still images. Write a short scout report, couple of sentences about any of the needed information to help with your production. Where's the fuse box? What is the parking situation? Are there dressing rooms, bathrooms? Any major thing. I'm not really requiring anything specific other than the still images that you get a sense of where it is, but that you're going and you're seeing what it's like, and you're writing about things you should know. Okay, I do want you to watch this location scouting tutorial. It has yours truly with it, 3 minutes long. It'll be worth your time, and it'll help give you things to consider. Um, doesn't really need to be again I haven't provided a template with it because you don't really need one. Keep it clean, organized, and pretend like you're turning it into a boss and not a professor. um, your shot list, I go over this in the lecture how to do this. So every planned shot of the film is accounted for, um, and um, you can kind of see you must include these, but you're not limited to them. And again, I go over it more in depth on the lecture. Storyboard, overhead, photo board. You can pick one of these. Again, I go over it in the lecture. Oh, let me go back. Here is a storyboard template. So if you need it, you can just Google storyboard template and see one that comes up, but I have provided you here with one, so you can draw, you can insert pictures, you can do whatever you need to with that one. um, and a shot list template. You can download it, and again, you can. It's all about communicating with your crew, so you can make it however you want, and you can see examples. Examples are shown in the lecture as well. Aligned script. You're required to do a line script based on your shot list. It should be the entire production. You can print out your script, mark it up, and then take pictures with it. Or if you're able to, if you have a touch screen device of any kind that allows you to mark up a page, you can turn that in as well. Just make sure it's clear and it's accurate. I can see the lines and I can see what scenes they correspond to, and I go in depth with it in the lecture. There's an example of what a lined script looks like for you to refer to. I am so stuffy and it's starting to show. And then the call sheet, extra credit. For every day, like let's say you have 3 days of production and you do 3 call sheets, I will give you 10 extra credit points per day. So that'd be 30 points. And a call sheet is just, well, let's look at the template I gave you. Might make me download it. Okay. So this is what crews generally get the night before a shoot. And it doesn't have to be exactly this one. And there might be some stuff that isn't pertinent to you. So you don't have to put it. Sunrise, sunset, what's the weather going to be? Why do you need to know when the sun's coming up? You doing a morning shoot, you're going to be fighting the sun. Doing a night shoot, you need to know when that sun's going down. Is it going to rain? Is it going to snow? Stuff to look at the day before if you're shooting outside or even inside. Like, is it going to be thundering and lightning? What time is call time? Where's the nearest hospital? Yeah, it happens. What scenes are you shooting? What character is in it? What location is it? What cast members are going to be needed for the day? Who's the director, producer, and what is their contact information? You can look these up as well, and you can make it your own. You can put whatever the heck you want on it. Just don't write one sentence and call that a call sheet and want extra credit. Like this gives you an example of stuff that's on a typical call sheet. You can use this one and just put in what information that you do know. You can make something similar to this. That is an overview of this this module, and go back before I forget. Where was it? It was here. I'm gonna just the way they make you edit on this thing is a bit of a pain. Overview. I'm going to do this before because somebody will miss it and then call me out on it. This is extra credit. Okay, so the main thing is getting yourself organized and put together and getting everything ready. You have enough to keep you busy, I think, through to the end of the semester. I'm going to do a couple things. You'll have one more very small assignment, but I'm also going to give you some movie recommendations that might be a little bit of extra credit too. I will put that in here for you as well, and I will let you know when they are there. I might pop in with a little lecture. Hey, watch this. This might help you. One thing I do think is important to remember, get good quality sound. Make sure to get that room tone when you go to shoot, and you can use that as a base for your audio. Just put it on its own track, bring the decibel level way down, and you'll have some good clean audio. And just plan. The more you plan, the better your film is going to be. Okay, hit me up if you have any questions. This should get you started.